Yo guys, what's up? It's Nick, and today we're going to be breaking down the New England Patriots schedule. In the background, you're going to see their first game, which is against the Tennessee Titans. So let me hop into this. The first game is on Sunday night, or not Sunday night, it's on Sunday at the Tennessee Titans, which is pretty easy for me to pick. I'm going to go with the New England Patriots on this. The Titans, not that great of a team. They have Matt Hasselbeck, Jake Locker back up, but they're still not that great of a team. So I'm going to have to go with the Patriots. Chris Johnson is a beast at running back, but I have to go with the Patriots. Why is oh, I thought I said Gronkowski kicking, and I was like, what? What? No, that's Gostowski. But I'm going to have to go with the Patriots. The Patriots just are the better team. It's just simply that way, and they just should simply win. It's just how it goes. Just how it rolls. So the next thing is the next game is the Arizona Cardinals at home. So their first home game, just like the Eagles. I totally forgot my thought. Sorry. So this is a really easy game for me to pick too. The Cardinals are not that great of a team either. Even though Larry Fitzgerald is probably top 4 wide receivers in the NFL, he just doesn't have the quarterback to throw to him, I have to say. If he had a Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, even Aaron Rodgers, Eli Manning, one of those, a top-tier quarterback to throw him the ball, Larry Fitzgerald would be huge. I would say he would be the best wide receiver, but since he doesn't have one of those, you don't actually get to see him perform at the best level that he possibly can, because he's not with the best team, the best quarterback. I mean, if you switch Calvin Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald, I believe that Calvin Johnson will look a lot worse than he does with the quarterback, and and Larry Fitzgerald would look a whole lot better with Matthew Stafford. But that's just my opinion. Their next game is against Baltimore. The Ravens presented them with a huge challenge in the conference championship. Ed Reed, the monster. This Sunday Night Football, pretty big stage, just like the conference championship. Not quite as big, but still pretty big. I think Ed Reed has a monster game. And I think Baltimore pulls this out on Sunday night, which puts the Patriots at 2-1. The next game is at Buffalo. Ryan Fitzpatrick and company. Oh my God, Rudd, you dirty whore. But Rudd, or not? Wow, I was saying okay. But Buffalo, Stevie Johnson, Ryan Fitzpatrick. They're a good tandem. But I don't know. That team is just an interesting team. They're good, but they're not great. They did take down the Patriots last year, but I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll do it this year. I'm gonna pick the Patriots. Next game is a very interesting game. Tom Brady's rival comes to town, but with a new team. Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos come to Foxborough. But I don't think Peyton Manning. I don't think those receivers are that good. I think Tim Tebow, just his luck, just made those receivers look a lot better than they were. His luck, their luck, just a whole lot of luck, made them a lot better than they actually were. So I'm going to go with the Patriots on here. I think Peyton Manning's skill, though, will make that team a lot better than with Tim Tebow's luck. So I think the team will win that division, or at least come in a very close second with the Chargers, or with the Raiders. I don't know. The Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos are really good now. They're really keeping it close with each other. So I'm not entirely sure how that division's going to go. The Chiefs actually competed last year, so I'm not entirely sure how that division's going to go. Talk about more about that when I break down them in their division. The next game is at Seattle. Beast mode Marshawn Lynch. I mean, come on. Nothing more need to be said about that team. But Marshawn Lynch not going to be able to carry the Ooh, that was close. Not going to be able to carry the Seahawks over the Patriots. I'm going to give Tom Brady and company another win in over the Seahawks. The next game is against the Jets and Tebow and company, because I believe Sanchez will lose his starting job around mid-season, which is around here. This will be game number 7, I believe, and I believe he'll lose it to Tebow, because this is when Sanchez starts to flop, and I think they'll try out Tebow, and they won't like him, and they'll go back to Sanchez, which I'll get into a little bit later in the schedule breakdown. But here, they'll be flopping with Tebow, and Tom Brady will get his 3rd win. He'll be 3-0 against the Tebow squads. So, yeah. The next game is at St. Louis, but it's in London. So all there'll be is the away team at a neutral site, which doesn't really matter because it's against St. Louis. Sam Bradford and Steven Jackson. I don't know. If they draft Justin Blackmon, Blackmon could really help out that team, but I don't know. Drafting Ryan Tannehill might help them out more. They could try to trade up and get Blackmon and Tannehill. I don't know what they're thinking here, but that would be a really expensive trade up to try to get both of them. But it would really be beneficial to them. But I still don't think, even with a tandem like Tannehill and Blackmon, they're going to do anything big this season. So I'm going to still have to go with the Patriots against them. Then they have their bye November 4th, week 10, I believe. Oh, Devin McCourty coming up with a pick, answering for Rudd's pick. Woohoo! McCourty putting on the moves. Oh, I ran into my own player. So yeah, that is week. Let me count here. 1, 2, 3. Week 9. Week 9 they have their bye. So they're midway into the season. I think they'll be 8-1 at this point. Their only loss coming to the Baltimore Ravens in week 2. So not half bad. Oh, I just got picked by Witherspoon. Damn it. Yeah, coming off the bye, the Patriots are usually good. Bill Belichick usually has them prepared. Tom Brady usually prepares really well. But the Bills will be their team off the bye at home, and I believe they smacked the Bills. I think they'll come up big against the Bills, and they'll improve to 9-1. The next game is against the Andrew Luck Colts, and I don't think the Colts will be good this year. They got rid of Dallas Clark, Reggie Wayne, and Peyton Manning. They totally dismantled their team. I'm not 100% sure if they got rid of Reggie Wayne and Dallas Clark. You guys can tell me in the comments if they actually did. But I read somewhere that they were on the free agent market. So I'm not sure if they re-signed them or if they were actually on the free agent market. I'm just gonna go down. But you guys tell me below, because I'd really like to know if they and what team they went to. The next game is at the Jets on Thursday Night Football, and this, I believe, will be their 2nd loss. I believe Sanchez will have retaken the team, and I believe that... Oh, Edelman almost coming up with a catch. But I believe Sanchez will have retaken the team, and he will be surging to try to get them to the playoffs after Tebow has given them a couple of losses. I believe Tebow will lose all the games he starts, I believe. But I haven't seen the schedule, and I haven't figured out exactly when I think he's going to start. So when I do a Jets breakdown, I'll let you guys exactly know, and I'll try to figure that out. But this is when I believe Sanchez will. This will be around the time that Sanchez will have come back for a couple of games, and Sanchez will be ready to go. Sanchez will have led the team a couple of games, and they'll be surging. And they will take down the Patriots on Thursday Night Football. Revis and Cromartie, I believe, will come up big. I think Revis will get 2 picks and Cromartie will get 1. Yes, Tom Brady will throw 3 interceptions. Yes, that'll be huge in their win. But the next game after that, not much more to talk about. That the Patriots losing to the Jets. Usually it has to do with Revis and Cromartie coming up with huge interceptions against Tom Brady. But the next game is against Miami. Really, Miami. But Chad Henne, and he is still under quarterback discussion. I mean, they're still trying to decide if they want to take Tannehill. They want to try to trade up. They want to try to get that pick, get Tannehill. Everybody's trying to figure out if they want Tannehill or not. I mean, Tannehill's going to get a good pick. I mean, people are talking about him. He's going to get drafted well, it's not going to be a good team. Or I take that back. But he's going to get drafted. He's going to get on a team. Um, so he doesn't have to worry about not getting drafted. So the next game is against the Houston Texans on Monday Night Football, and I believe that the Texans are going to storm into Foxborough and take this game. It's going to be a statement game for the Texans against the Patriots, and I believe that they take it. I believe that they will take it. This year they will have Andre Johnson for the whole season. They'll have Matt Schaub, Matt Leinart. They'll have all their players for the whole season. They'll have a healthy Arian Foster the whole season. So I believe that they will be a force to be reckoned with this season. The Houston Texans will be a good team. I'm really looking forward to see who that they draft this year, because they're going to be a good team this year. The next team that the Patriots face are the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers have an old Patriot from the almost undefeated team, Randy Moss. Randy now with the San Francisco 49ers, a really good ad for the 49ers. The 49ers really need a wide receiver. But I don't think the 49ers, I think Patrick Willis is really the key to them winning this game, but I think the Patriots still are going to pull it out against them. Yeah, that's going to give the Patriots another win. I was going to give you guys like an update on the wins, but you'll see why I didn't in a second. The next game is at Jacksonville, the Jaguars. Blaine Gabbert is a really good quarterback, but he just doesn't have any wide receivers in Jacksonville. Their receivers just are not good. The running back group is pretty good with Maurice Jones-Drew. Actually, Maurice Jones-Drew is a really good running back. They just don't have any wide receivers for Blaine Gabbert. If they got some wide receivers, they should probably try to trade up and try to get. If I were them, I would try to trade up, buy up, do whatever they need to, and try to get that Justin Blackmon pick. I know it'd be really expensive and really pricey for them to try to get, but it would really help Blaine Gabbert out at that wide receiver position. Justin Blackmon is going to be huge at this level. I mean, he's going to be a big-time wide receiver. The final game of the season, Devin McCourty, like a mouse. The final game of the season is home against Miami. It's going to be a really non-important game for either team. Miami's going to be out of the playoffs. Patriots are going to be in the playoffs. The only thing it could be for the Patriots is possibly a first-round bye or clinching the #1 seed. That could all it can mean for them, really, I think. And the other thing it could mean is like a draft pick for the Dolphins. I mean, like, I really don't know what it could mean for the Dolphins. But this is definitely going to be a win for the Patriots. I don't really see the Patriots losing to the Dolphins. When the Dolphins show me something to prove me wrong, I'd be glad to see that. So that puts the Patriots at 13-3 or 12-4 if they lose to the 49ers. But I could also see the 49ers and Baltimore game swinging. Like they could beat the Baltimore Ravens and then lose to the 49ers. I could see a lot of things happening there. But their schedule looks pretty easy. Out of some of the schedules I've looked at, shouldn't have ran with Brady. But I'm actually going to go for this because I'm up by 2 touchdowns and actually feeling pretty confident about this right now. But a few schedules I've looked over, their schedule seems to be pretty easy compared to most. I can run this with Brady. Oh my God, Tom Brady, fumbling the ball. Fumbling the football, Tom. Okay, doesn't really matter. But their schedule seems to be pretty easy. That St. Louis game in London, I think that might be a sleeper game. They may get, they could get upset just by the fact that it's in London. Yeah, just the fact that it's in London. And new place, new stadium. St. Louis, just not a good team. They may kind of be overlooking St. Louis to their bye week, and yeah, St. Louis may pull the upset over them there. Not saying it's going to happen, but that could be one of those sleeper games that you're not really paying attention to, and it just might happen. Another sleeper game that just might upset them is the Tennessee game to start the season. That's a sleeper game. I think that they might get upset in. Another game where they could get beat is by the Broncos. Peyton Manning could beat them. Peyton Manning, I don't know how good he's going to be this year, but Peyton Manning could definitely beat them. And then one final team that could beat them, I think that the Bills could beat them in one of the two games they play. Not 100% sure that they will, but there's always a possibility that the Bills could beat them. The Bills show promise sometimes. They started out the season, I think, 5-0 last year, and then they floundered and they didn't even get into the playoffs last year. So I don't know about the Bills sometimes, but hopefully the Bills perform this year. I'd like to see the Bills make the playoffs and come up big or something, make it to the Super Bowl. I really wanted to see the Texans make the Super Bowl last year. They were like the team that I was cheering for to make the Super Bowl, but alas, they didn't. But that puts the Patriots definitely into the playoffs, so that's good. I actually don't have anything left to talk about their schedule. This game is taking a lot longer than I thought. I do have something to talk. I'll talk about kind of like the team, just till the game wraps up. They're trying to re-sign Welker. They're trying to put the franchise tag on him. Instead of signing him to a long-term deal, which I think is a huge mistake because Welker is Tom Brady's favorite target. So if they lose him, that would be a huge loss. And I don't know what wide receiver they're thinking. Wow, Devin McCourty is just an interception monster. But I don't know what wide receiver. 4 interceptions. Holy Devin McCourty. But I don't know who they think they're going to replace Wes Welker with. I mean, and if they lost Gronkowski or Hernandez too, I mean that would be huge. They would be done. Oh, Rudd has intercepted me twice. Rudd, you dirty slut. But if they lost Welker and Hernandez or Gronkowski, that would be huge. I think they're already thinking about getting rid of Hernandez. But that would be a huge mistake too. I mean, you came so close to winning the Super Bowl with a team. Why would you think about getting rid of the players that were so key in getting you there? I mean, what the Giants did in getting rid of their tight end, he wasn't really a huge part in getting them to the Super Bowl. The Patriots tight ends, on the other hand, were the huge part. They created such a mismatch for the enemy, or for the other team. So used to Call of Duty. For the other team, that they couldn't compete with wide receivers. They didn't have guys to cover that many guys of that caliber, of that height, at that position. Linebackers couldn't cover up. They didn't want to put a safety on them that left the middle of the field open. They didn't want to put a cornerback on them to waste that position if they put wide receivers on them. Or if they put more wide receivers on the field, they didn't want to waste that position. So that just created huge mismatches. What they do need to do in this draft, though, is try to get Tom Brady a better running back. I mean, the running backs that they have like they have a bunch of mediocre running backs. They have Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, Kevin Falk. I'm not sure if Kevin Falk is retired after that year. I'm not 100% sure about that. They have Kevin Falk. They have Steve Slater. They have that one guy. I forget his name. But they have him too. They have a bunch of running backs that are all halfway decent. They're not that great, but they're decent. And they just need to get one good running back. And they would be a really good team. They'd be a force to be reckoned with in the NFL. But right now, with them having a bunch of running backs that they can shift in and shift out, they're just not that great of a team. So now they could also, other than drafting a running back, they could also use a position like the right or left tackle, or McCourty coming up with the 5th interception. Oh my gosh, Devin McCourty. Oh my gosh, I ran into it. But they could use guys at the left or right tackle or not cornerback position, at the safety position. One guy at the safety or one guy at the corner. I mean, they're not totally off from trade. Ocho for the final touchdown. Oh, Chad Ochocinco with the touchdown. Come on, just give it to... Okay, good. I was like, just give it to Ocho. Wanted to get that final touchdown with Chad. Okay. But yeah, they just need to draft players like that. But if you guys have any suggestions for teams that I should do, just leave them in the comments below. Let me know what team you'd like me to do. I think the next team I'm going to do is the Chargers. I'll break down the Chargers next and let you guys know exactly who I think is going to win those games and whatnot, and break that down for you guys. Devin McCourty, obviously the player of the game, 5 interceptions. Holy crap! But I'll break them down for you, talk about them. But leave your comments down below. I'll start taking suggestions for teams that you guys want after the Chargers and probably after the Cowboys. And then I'll start taking suggestions from you guys. Then on Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be doing draft breakdown. I hope you guys will enjoy those. Be breaking down like the first round, talking about teams that took, talking about like Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III and stuff like that. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. If you've watched the video, I hope you liked it. Drop it a like if you did. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, guys.